Hi, my name is Mavi, and at age 29, I decided to rebuild my life. I with a pen and my journal and a little bit of paper because I tend to talk a lot when I finally decide to open up. So I'm trying to make sure that I communicate my message accordingly so you won't get lost in the process. You know what's funny? This is probably the most honest video or vulnerable I've ever been online. For a long time, I felt like I needed to wait until everything was perfect before sharing my story. But I've realized that life isn't lived at the finish line. It's lived in the middle. And right now, I'm in the middle of rebuilding. I'm an importation coach, also an entrepreneur. I studied accounting in school. But right now, I'm a woman that believes that growth doesn't always happen in a straight line. And this channel, Mavi TV, has existed for some time now. But today, it feels like a new beginning because from this point forward, I want to document my real journey. Not perfection, not pretending, just honest growth. Okay. Over the past few years, I've learned lessons I never expected to learn. I've experienced disappointments. I've had goals that didn't happen when I thought they would. I've made mistakes. I've faced moments where I questioned myself. There were seasons where I felt behind. Like right now, I'm literally feeling way behind, There were things I thought would happen. Some did, some didn't. But instead of hiding behind that reality, I've decided to document it. So, this is very difficult for me, but let's see. Alright, so I felt like I was running out of time, and that gave me a lot of fear, disappointment in myself to some extent. And at the point, I just stopped thinking about myself that way, and I asked myself, what have I always wanted? What do I want? And when I discovered what I wanted, rediscover actually, I told myself, why not rebuild? So this is the genesis of my rebuilding. Let me give you a little background story about myself. Okay. I'm an accountant. I read accounting in school. So when I finished my schooling, I started working and all of that. My co-worker was doing ACCA, so she introduced me to ACCA. And I thought of it and I decided to go for it. I discovered a lot of things. I discovered that it's different from ICANN and it's more expensive, it requires more time and the rest of that. Now my plan was to become a chartered accountant, but I was determined to become a chartered accountant, and I fought so hard to achieve that goal. Now I suffered a lot of setbacks, 5 major setbacks actually. I wrote them down. Number 1 was money and failed investment. When I was working, the company I was working with, they have an investment platform also. So when I told my parents I wanted to, start pursuing my chartered accounting, they decided they would support me, and they gave me money to start. They were paying in pounds, so it was a lot with my small salary that time. So we invested. So from the ROI I come in, I can use that to pay. Guess what? Just a year down the line, the company suffered a lot of major losses, and our money just like that. And I was dealing with the pain, the disappointment. Some of my family members I invested also suffered disappointment, so I felt bad because I dealing in mind and I'm feeling for them. That affected my learning, my progress. It chattered, like I had my life planned out up to 5 years to come, so I didn't expect something like that to happen. Then I started pursuing it. I still go on, I still try to, patch everything together, and guess what happened? I failed my exams twice, F5, and ACCA is quarterly exams. So you have to prepare 3 months in advance. The exams is four times a year. So preparation is 3 months, and I wasted six. I still use the word wasted, but I went through hell to accept the fact that I tried my best. I passed some, but that one crushed me twice, because that means I wasted not just the money that I suffered to be able to pay for my exams, but the timing, the pain, and everything. While I was dealing with the failure, the third setback, I suffered a serious, traumatic, toxic working environment. I came in trying to do my best for the company and everything, but I think it triggered a lot of things as regards why is she here, what's she doing, why is she trying so hard. Then politics behind the scene, and then I have a boss, a female, that was always feeling angry. And in fact, when I'm dressing up to go to work, I already understand that the day will be a bad day. Imagine that kind of life. That was my toxic environment of working for more than 2 years straight up, while I was still reading for ACCA and while I was still working, while I was still dealing with the failure of my exams and the failed investment and all of that. I don't know if this is the toxic environment that contributed to it. The first setback was my health. I went through 2 major surgeries, one hernia and then the other appendix. I will literally make a video of maybe a major story of all of these setbacks and all of that, but this video is just to show you what I've been through, what I'm going through, and what I need to do for myself. And if you find yourself in this kind of situation whereby you felt like it's too late to rebuild, there's someone in Nigeria, in Abuja to be precise, Mavi, that is currently 29 years old and didn't expect this is where her life will be right now. And she's trying to rebuild every angle of her life, financially, emotionally, everything. Like, yeah, I'm trying to rebuild, and I am in a very vulnerable state right now. I decided to share this so that you can be part of my journey. The fifth setback was COVID-19. I discovered ACCA in 2017. COVID-19 struck, and then in 2020 Nigeria had a major lockdown. Like, that was our lockdown, right? So everything was on pause. Imagine recovering from surgery, you are thinking you can go back to read, and then boom, lockdown. What happened there was like, am I not supposed to embark on this journey? Like, it's as if every time I keep trying, something is just there to stop me. But I didn't know that COVID-19 is going to bring something fun for me, because it started with, disappointment. And one day, life decided to smile on me. I started dating. And I discovered cryptocurrency during that COVID-19 period. And actually, the relationship lasted for 4 years. If I calculate it from the time we met and friendship and all of that, 6 years. And it has ended last year, June. And officially, I said bye-bye to all the dreams, everything I thought could come out of this relationship of 6 years in September. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation whereby you break something off and it hurts so bad. Like, even till now, it's already almost a year. By September it will be a year, right? It still feels like it's new. even though I've learned to move on and all of that. But the hardest part is not losing somebody you've practically dreamed a lot of things together. 6 years. It is actually, the hardest part is finding yourself again outside of a relationship and planning your life again on your own. At 29, I never thought that is what I'll be doing. I've never really been the kind of person that wanted to get married early, actually. But I still didn't expect that my investment of my time, my energy, my emotion, all gone. Because I decided to make a clear and deep analysis of my life, and I noticed that this relationship is going nowhere. So I had to break it off. And it was hard. It was hard. It was hard. Oh my god. It's still hard right now, even though it's been almost a year. So down the line in this video, as I proceed with my channel, you are going to learn more about my life and how I'm rebuilding. I wrote something down. This is what I wrote. I said, I created this Mavi TV because I want to document the rebuilding process. This channel isn't about having all the answers. I want to show you what rebuilding looks like. I've planned my life and it's going to be messy. I don't expect anything to be perfect. I am doing this not when I've arrived, but when I'm building. The good days, the difficult days, the lessons, the progress, the setback, everything. Right now, while it's happening. If this resonates with you, I want to invite you to join my journey. And this is what you should expect in this channel. I'll be sharing 4 major pillars. The rebuilding journey, of course, every area of my life. Then the second one is the finances and the wealth building part of my life. I'll be sharing my financial lessons, goals, and mistakes that I made financially and how I'm recovering from them. Or maybe any new investment that I decided to discover or go into. I'll show you how I did it, things like that. And the third pillar is the feminine and the self-development part. I'll be sharing my journey of confidence, femininity, growth, becoming the woman I have always wanted to be. Okay, how I can maintain financial freedom without having to hustle so hard that I lose a part of myself, how I balance my life, things like that. Yeah. Then the fourth part, which is in my importation business and also business ideas and the rest of that, where you also learn how my experience in business and importation has helped me, and if it can help you too, who knows. So if you are watching this and you feel behind in life, I want you to know that rebuilding teaches you lessons that success never could. Literally. If you've experienced disappointment, if things haven't gone according to plan, I want you to know that sometimes you are not disqualified from rebuilding a beautiful future. Sometimes rebuilding becomes the very thing that shapes us into who we are meant to become. And that is what I'm learning. That's the journey I'm inviting you to join. If you are rebuilding any part of your life, your confidence, your finances, your dream, your future, I'd love you to join me. Subscribe to this channel and follow me along. Not because I have everything figured out, not because I know what I'm going to do exactly when I need to do it, but because we are growing together. And this is chapter 1. I'm excited to see where this journey leads. Welcome to Mavi TV, a channel not about perfection, but about the process, about rebuilding. Thank you very much for being here, and I'll see you in my next video.